Joining me now is Sky News contributor Louise Roberts and News Corp columnist Angela Mollard. Oh my God, Louise, we've barely caught a breath after trooping the colour. All of a sudden it's Royal Ascot. Another huge day for the Royals. What were the highlights for you?
Well, there were many highlights. I think seeing Charles and Camilla out looking so relaxed and so happy, as we saw in that footage just then as well. But just to see also William and Zara, that easy relationship they've got. I mean, they're first cousins. They're only 13 months apart, of course, but you can see that extra care that she was showing, asking how he was. He said, it's all lovely, everything's great. It's a brilliant day for me. So that was really exciting to see. I also love seeing the carriages, open-top carriages, and who's really in the inner circle, who's sitting next to Charles and who's sitting next to Camilla. Fascinating.
Love it, don't you? And Angela, this week and this Royal Ascot, I suppose, I just got that sense of unity. I'm not sure if you sense that as well, but how important is that at the moment?
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head with that. Unity, and I think there's a reason for that. If you think about it, the Duke of Edinburgh died in April 2021. That was only 3 years ago. We have had his death, the Queen's death. We've also had the shocking death of Lady Gabriella Windsor's husband, who was also there. We've had King Charles's cancer, Princess of Wales's cancer, the Duchess of York with cancer. Now, this makes this institution focus on the fact that they're human, that they may be enduring, they may be solid, but they're also vulnerable. Absolutely. And I think the fact that they've all come together at events like this, they seem to be more present, they seem to be enjoying it more and to be focusing on what they can potentially lose, just like any other family.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, it's been a big week on quite a few fronts. The royal family has been hit with Taylor Swift fever, with William taking George and Charlotte to see the Taylor Swift concert. And as you can see, William seemed to be enjoying himself during the song Shake It Off. But the royal band was also seen, I love this, playing Taylor Swift outside Buckingham Palace. Here it is. Now, Angela, I love the band, but William taking the kids out, another great public engagement, really, isn't it?
Oh, in terms of PR for everybody involved in this, Taylor, William, but more than anything, that dad dancing, it's so hilarious. And I must have watched that about 17 times this afternoon. I'm just captivated, but I keep, like going in close on it because this is just a dad with his kids who's gone through a horribly difficult time in recent months. He's out there, he's enjoying it. He and Taylor have been friends for more than a decade. She pulled him on stage at a Bon Jovi concert to sing Living on a Prayer. So they've got this relationship. I love the selfie. It's very Taylor.
Selfie was great.
And I
was fabulous.
love when Taylor said mate in the caption. She's calling the future King of England mate. That's a friendship. That's a true friendship.
Absolutely. And just on what Angela was saying, that relatability point. Yes, they're the royals, and often, things are quite starched and what have you. But yes. It was like a normal family.
It was, and I think William being at that concert was a real release valve for him as well after, as we say, a very stressful year. And he was dancing like no one was watching, but of course the entire world was actually watching him at the time.
17 times, in fact.
He's a Swiftie dad. He's a Swiftie dad. That whole phenomenon of dads really gelling with their kids over, Shake It Off and the merch and the bracelets and wearing all the clothing and stuff. He's really connected with that, which I think makes him even more relatable than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. But Angela, some interesting commentary this week around the future of the monarchy and what it might look like under William. Some of the commentators have called it worrying. Yeah. What's actually the issue here and why would they be worried about it?
Okay, so the issue they're talking about is that there's been some conversation about whether William is going to follow in Charles's footsteps in terms of the slimmed down monarchy. Yeah. Now, if you think about it, the monarchy is very slimmed down and the only people that are aged under 60 is is Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, alongside Kate and William. And as we've seen, you just need one thing to happen, one person to get sick. So this commentary that's happening is William making the right decisions around slimming it down? I think he's not. And to your point, Louise, earlier about that really close relationship between him and Zara, you're absolutely right. They are the best of friends. And if I was William, I would be guiding him towards pulling in somebody as trusted, as faithful, and as relatable. We're talking about relatability as Zara. She would be his Princess Anne, as Princess Anne was to the king when he becomes king. And I think to be too narrow is foolhardy. You don't know what Charlotte and Louis might choose to do. So to be too slim is not showing the caution, I think, that this institution
And we can't
needs.
rely on Harry and Meghan, obviously.
No, well, we obviously can't rely on them. But do you have a view?
Well, yeah, I think that to have... It's a bit premature, given the health issues with his wife and his father, to actually go full throttle, I think, on a slimmed-down monarchy. But the thing is, what that whole Swiftie situation shows is the people are hungry for William. They want more of him. So to endure and to keep the longevity of the royal family, he needs to be more out there, I think, rather than less.
And just on that, this week has been Father's Day. It has been his birthday. It's a good time to, I suppose, take stock on William a little bit. It's been a hugely eventful year, both professionally and personally for him. I kind of stopped and thought, wow, look at what's happened over the last year and how much difficulty there's been, but also how much he's grown, I think.
That's right. And let's not forget, he's only 42, which is still young. He's still got that future ahead of him as king. And he's taken on so much. You know, he's got 3 children under the age of 12. He's got a feud with his brother. He's got his father with cancer. He's got his wife with cancer. Yeah. Any one of those things would skittle a normal person, but he's still out there. He's going to events. He makes every person he meets in the public feel special. There's never any sign of poor me or what about me. He's a total professional, and my admiration for him just escalates by the day.
Totally. He also doesn't have time for poor me, I imagine.
No. Yeah, true.
But Angela, great photo this week of William and the kids and on the beach. Yeah, we've got it on screen there. Absolutely beautiful. It has raised some eyebrows, and there has been, again, a bit of negative commentary, a bit of criticism around this. What's your view on it?
I think this is one of the most beautiful royal photographs I have ever seen. And do you know what? It's not just the photo itself, it's what's behind this photo. This is taken by Catherine. This is a woman that just a few months ago was being ripped to shreds over photoshopping. She might well have decided to put up a bit of a wall and go, well, you know, if you're going to treat me like that, I'm not going to deliver. Instead, it shows the person that she is. She doesn't bear grudges. It shows her surety of self, that she can turn around from that incident, learn from it and go, okay, yep, but I'm still going to put out these pictures. So to me, that picture means so much beyond just the fact that this is an ordinary family with the big smiles, the jumping over sand dunes. This is what's going to protect the monarchy in the future, the fact that they go and do ordinary things and that they are really united as a family. That will keep them strong. And so I love seeing pictures like that, whatever the criticism.
But even the photo from Father's Day where it's William and the kids and they've got their backs to the camera, I really appreciated the publicity and the privacy of that photo.
Yeah, I agree, because it wasn't, to Angela's point, the previous photo where she was ripped to shreds about the photoshopping. This is just a natural picture, almost like you're getting a glimpse into the world, but there's still that privacy. Yeah. We're still retaining our family unit. I
really love that.
Yeah,
I absolutely love that. Now, on to Harry and Meghan. And Louise, please tell me it's not true.
Oh, yes.
There's a report of a world tour, not a world privacy tour.
No.
But an actual world tour.
A world domination tour. Did I just say that? Sorry. Well, in May, after Nigeria, and that was a successful faux royal tour for them, let's face it, Harry made the comment that they want to do more of this. So exactly your point, there's the people who are obsessed with privacy, but a world tour, of course, is a direct contradiction of that. Yes. But we have no details, and where will they go? They can't go where Charles and Camilla will go. Obviously, they can't come to Australia. And what will the upshot be? Will it just be another branding exercise, another Netflix exercise? Who knows? Is it just material, or is it actually getting out to meet the people in the Commonwealth?
But it doesn't have to be the Commonwealth, does it? It could extend further than that. I mean, I'm not actually sure what the strategy is behind that.
I want it to happen just to see how many people turn up. Like, I want them them to go to Iceland or something, like some really progressive, interesting country, to see if people are actually that interested in them. Look, a world tour, it's not going to happen. Meghan's got so many irons in the fire. Harry, who knows what Harry's going to ultimately do. There's been talk about it, another book, Meghan book. Whatever they do, it has to be purposeful and it has to mean something. And a worldwide tour, as you say, Louise, that doesn't anchor with me. And it, particularly if it's like the Nigeria tour, where it was 1 foot out of royal and 1 foot in celebrity, that is going to be torn to shreds. So whatever they do choose to do, it has to be anchored and purposeful.
That's right. Even the actual royals don't do worldwide tours.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't. That's quite right. Quite right. On to that, irons in the fire. What is the latest money spinner for Meghan?
Okay, so I'm loving this story. It's in the Daily Mail and it's by actually somebody that Louise and I both used to work with. So I think this is a very credible story. Alison Boshoff is writing about the fact that Meghan, the jam, is not going to be the top thing. It's going to be rosé wine. Now, this actually makes sense to me because you can make money out of wine. Kylie Minogue has, George Clooney, Brad Pitt. It's actually a money spinner.
Sure.
And it also works with Netflix. So I think the fact that there's talk now that the Netflix is going to get on board, there's going to be a cooking show, there's going to be a lot of merch because, of course, Netflix with Bridgerton and other shows that they do, there's a lot of merch.
Done very well out of that.
Rosé was also the first drink that Harry and Meghan drank together. So it's on brand. It's a lot easier to make than pots of jam. That's a lot of berries you have to grow, and especially when you put that little cutout thing with the raffia on top.
Handwritten.
Hard to make. Handwriting, she can't do that all day. She's got world tours to go to.
Yeah, exactly right. It would be fascinating to see if that actually lands. We do understand there is a report this week that Harry and Meghan have reached out to Princess Kate to see how she is.
Yes, more of those olive branches.
Right?
Yes, apparently so. Apparently so. They want to let bygones be bygones or build a bridge and get themselves over it, whatever the expression is. Meghan feels bad for Kate. I mean, she'd have to be completely heartless not to feel bad for her.
Fair enough.
No, I think that's probably true. But the issue now is that they want to actually patch things up. But I have to ask, what's the motive? And what's in it for Kate? What's in it for Kate, who's got enough grief and enough anxiety and issues to deal with at the moment? The only reason I can think she would maybe entertain some kind of reconciliation is for the sake of the children. So those little cousins can get to know each other, and Charles, as grandfather, at the age of 75 with cancer, can get to know his grandchildren in the US.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think we're a long way from that.
I think we are a long way from that too. Louise Roberts and Angela Mollard, thank you so much for joining us this evening.